Hello, family. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome on. It's a beautiful day. We had some solar storms kick up today. We had a little plasma flare come through. So the solar codes are bringing in a lot of love. Crystalline plasma star. Universal expression, universal expansion. Welcome in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. Um, Thank you for all your donations. For those that have been booking sessions, thank you. Just thank you, guys, continually for your support. I was guided today to do a divine masculine and divine feminine reading. Just kind of see what's going on. You could call this the Twin Flame Collective if you resonate with the Twin Flame Collective. But we're just going to be looking at what's going on with the divine masculines and the divine feminine. As always, when it comes to these kinds of readings, right, it's not streamlined through the entire collective, right? So take what resonates, leave the rest at home. But we're going to tune into the energetics of the collective that arrive here and that we're working with, just to see what's going on with the divine masculines and what's going on with the divine feminines. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today feels a lot more peaceful in the energetics. It feels like that there's a lot that's shifted, and there's a reclamation of divine power, but in a soft way. There's very much so a mother tone kind of coming through. A lot of like Kuan Yin style energy that's been really helping to facilitate in the shift, at least personally here. And feeling Mother Luna has been really beautiful. But now it's nice waking up this morning, having the plasma burst come through the sun and reconnecting back to the sun. It seems like this full moon there was like a completion. Hello, Sandy. There was a completion that feels like it occurred with Luna, and now we're back into the solar rays and back into solar consciousness, at least for myself. Today marks the 2 months since the moon, since that great amount of work went through. And I was told that today was going to be a very important day, at least for myself. It seems like the solar gateways are opening up. We did have some builder codes come through that started to shine through, which is prepping us for all of the building of this year. Leading up to the 222 gateway, we did have some codes fly through, some builder codes. So, all right, let's take a moment to breathe, family. Come back into the heart as we set sacred space, setting sacred ceremonial space, remembering within us that we are sovereign and free in our source light consciousness here, and playing in our source love. Forgiveness is key here, guys. Forgiveness is key here right now with everything that's kind of transpiring. Everyone has a choice point because of freedom, free will, autonomy, and sovereignty. They have a choice point on how they navigate their own narrative. But forgiveness has been such a key here in our multidimensional expression, and especially in the star family, as things are residually leaving more and more and more. There's a lot of galactic heritage stuff that's pushing through, and as a result, when the galactic Akash comes through and starts to clear, there's a lot of stuff that occurs, right? And so we are working to help bring peace and stability to a lot of the star tribes and to the star networks. And that's been a very big key component, and a key focus has been for the peacekeepers, bringing unity and peace amongst those tribes and those civilizations. And we also have a lot of we have like new civilizations actually that are showing up that have never quite appeared before. So there are new guides, new beings, and star systems that we haven't even discovered that are coming and playing visit in the planetary ascension. A lot of eyes on us right now, guys. A lot of eyes on us. And so feel comfortable in that knowing of the support that is around you. Yeah, no problem, no problem. There's a lot of cleanup, a lot of guardianship stuff going on. Renewal. Focus on the Law of One mission, guys. If you want to get caught up with that stuff, start reading the Law of One. Start looking at the different polarities that exist, how we're bringing things into neutrality, right? Very much so oneness approach will help to unify in the creation. And it's mainly because of what's going on in the lower realms, right? And so a lot of us want to unstick and unglue from the lower realms. So because those trajectories are falling rapidly, as we all see, the trajectories have been falling a lot. And so, you know, a part of that higher light overlay, that higher light override, is it just makes things a little bit smoother and softer of a pathway. But it really is about dissolving the judgment, guys. Like at the end of the day, it's really, we're looking at dissolving the polarity and riding the cosmic wave, the cosmic architecture into the new, right? Whatever that means to you, whatever belongs to you. Alrighty, so now that we are here, let's go ahead and so we're going to look at the Divine Masculine Collective first. What messages want to come forward for the Divine Masculine Collective? Divine Masculine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Masculine Collective? We got the Care Bear stare shirt on today. Hug dealer, just bringing hugs and love to the world. Guys are still a little bit sticky. There we go. That's what we wanted to feel. All right. Divine Masculines. What's going on with the Divine Masculine Collective? Crystalline Cross. Ooh. Part of the reading, the High Priestess. So, masculines coming into the feminine archetype. What that means to you to be a divine human. Coming into your intuition, stepping forward into the new. Blue Mama here, right? So very much so, really really beautiful at the heart of the reading that we got the Divine Masculines coming into the High Priestess. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, so there is some sort of the masculines are in the middle of processing downloads right now that are regarding the High Priestess. Okay, so High Priestess crossing with the Ace of Pentacles. They are looking right now, they're currently processing some downloads, which is good to know, good to see. What are these, light codes? Downloads from the Andromeda Galaxy are coming through for the masculines, and it's going to help to shift the perspective on unions, on counterparts, on the twin flame journey, right? Either way, they're coming into their divine knowing of what their purpose is, their divine knowing of what their pathway is, and the divine knowing of what's going on, but they are processing these codes right now. So masculines are processing Andromedan codes. That's what I'm hearing. Energetic foundations, the Hierophant. Yep, trusting the inner counselor, trusting the inner way shower, trusting the inner guide. So very much so coming into this place of self-reliance, becoming their own counsel. But there's also a reclamation of their divine knowing, especially tied in with the High Priestess. It feels like there's like an intuitive link that's coming through. It seems like there is an intuitive link that's coming through for the masculines that is activating their intuition or into their higher light knowing. And so a part of this, right, is that it's going to bring up a lot of things for the masculines, but at the energetic foundation, we're looking at that they are their own therapist. They're their own way shower. They are their own counselor. And that's actually a really beautiful thing. And it's interesting because it really much so, here we have Kuan Yin's symbol here. And this is very much so, I was talking about the Kuan Yin energy, the priestess energy. The masculines are receiving a lot of help and hope from the mother energetics, but also trusting their own inner way shower and their own inner guide, which is nice, which is really nice. Other dimensional versions. Okay, message from other dimensional versions for the masculine collective. This is about a refinement of discovering what is truth and what is reality. So this is coming through as a little bit of a discernment card right now. Message from other dimensional versions is saying that right now, trust your discernment, masculines, right? Because there's a refinement of your energetics that's coming on to let you know what's for you and what isn't for you, right? What belongs and doesn't belong, right? There's also a lot of dream time coding that's coming online, a lot of dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work, so thank you, teams, for doing this. But a refinement of discernment. So it does feel like a sharpening of intuitive abilities, especially with the High Priestess, the Hierophant, right? It's a refinement process, so they might be feeling this more. If there's been acts of anger or aggression, which I've seen happen with a lot of masculines, it's because they're also processing a lot of light data right now. So because they're processing so much light data and so many different timelines, and because there's been so many like opportunities that have been given to many of the masculines, whether this be work, career, love, union, sexual partnerships, co-creative partnerships, however this wants to fit with this, is that there's a refinement of their discernment and knowing what that is. And it's about knowing that within them, trusting their intuitive abilities to be able to give them the opportunity and insight to be able to make the best decision for them moving forward, which is nice. In the past, what are we looking at in the past? Ooh, in the past, yeah. So there was a grieving, there was mourning, there was something that was lost. There's something that was lost, but there is something that's found. It seems like the cups that spilt over were activating a higher level of intuition. So it's like there is some density that shifted that's activating more of the intuitive abilities or intuitive gifts for the masculines. In the future, yeah, in the future, we're looking at the lovers. We're looking at union here. We're looking at stepping into love. So this could be soul family. This could be a divine partnership. Either way, it seems like there's an integration of the feminine that is occurring, that is creating this union or seeking this union, right? So if there's any love sparks or love bumps that are coming through for the men, you will know. You will know. And there's a pathway that's opening up for you right now. Okay. Any final messages for the Divine Masculine Collective right now? Is there any final messages that want to come forward? Yeah. It's about taking action. Okay. When it comes to this decision, you're gonna wanna be. Hold on. Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. Okay. Masculines, do not fight the goddess. Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, do not fight the goddess. The clarity that's coming in right now for you is very swift moving. And when it comes to this archetype, do not fight the goddess. Men, masculines, do not fight the goddess. It's not going to end well. The Tower, yeah, Phoenix rising from the flames, right? So as you are cycling through and processing this trauma that you've been going through, and you've been cycling and processing through these death and rebirth cycles, be mindful not to quickly jump in environment or a belief system or procedure that we're not acting from a place of wounding. We're acting from a place of wellness. A place of wounding. We're acting from a place of wellness. If you act from a wound, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we're trying to end the perpetual war and the perpetual division and coming into unity. And that's at least the peace that we're propagating here on this channel. And for the collectives that I work with, is we're propagating peace between the masculine and feminine. So when it comes to the goddess warrior archetype, and it comes to an empowered feminine that is right in your face, showing you your wounds, be mindful. Be mindful. There's a lot of judgment that will go on within the archetype of the man or the archetype of the masculine that can occur. Either way, there seems to be a clarion call for action that's coming in and through, but we want to make sure we're being mindful. We're being mindful here, masculines. We don't want to lose our steam or our faith on the journey forward. The journey ahead, there is a lot of faith, and we need to trust that. We also need to surrender. We need to surrender the judgment. We need to surrender the doubt. We need to surrender the persecution. the blame, the martyrdom. There's a lot of storylines that exist in this masculine collective that I'm tuning into right now. And so it's just important to make sure that as these energies are quickly moving, right, that you remain balanced, you remain stable, but also know you are being guided right now by what many would speak of as the warrior goddess. The other thing I want to say too is about the air epoch, the Aquarian age, is that when things feel like they're accelerated like this, it might be feeling difficult to balance, right? Trust the process, right? You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. Trust the process. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. You will pull through a lot stronger. This reading is actually extremely hopeful, but we also want to make sure that when we are acting, we're acting from a place of love, right? Especially with the Lovers card here, we want to make sure that our actions are from a place of love. If you want to act from other places, that's great. But I'm also speaking to the unified collective here, and what we are trying to accomplish here on planet Earth, and especially when it comes to unity, the unity vows, and the unified field, is we want to make sure we're responding and we're acting from a place of kindness. Okay. So thank you to the Divine Masculine Collective. Thank you, DMs. Thank you. Alrighty. I'm just reading the chat because there's a question here. Thank you. Usually don't come to lives, but wondering something that to me quite interesting. Both only 200 chats. It might take a few types to get it out. My journey started a while ago and things have been getting intense for me. I've been speak up to others visibly here. Yeah, so okay, guys, Dreamtime, we are working a lot. The soul groups are connecting. So as we're connecting more to the unified field and we're connecting more to the crystalline networks here, we are connecting to others in the soul family, other people in the soul tribe. And as a result, we do have communications with people. I talk to people all the time, telepathically. And that's just a part of the unified field. It's a part of multidimensionality. There is a lot that's been going on interdimensionally too. There's a lot that's been happening within the soul groups and the soul family. There has been a lot of division, a lot of war, right? And so we're bringing in a ton of love and a ton of peace into those realms. And just note that right now, even us, as we're calling back more of our pieces that have been off planet and doing other work, doing a lot of repair, global work, doing grid work, right? We're calling them back and we're bringing them back into peace and into love. But there's also a level of empowerment that's coming forward too, where people are starting to take a stand and starting to say no more. We want to make sure that we are, whenever we are acting, we're acting from a place of kindness and responding from a place of kindness, especially with the telepathy and things like that. It's definitely a part of the learning and the remembrance that's being co-created right now throughout the world. And that remembrance piece is how we are communicating interdimensionally, how we're communicating with one another telepathically and awakening to these gifts and abilities. A lot of people can get freaked out when this occurs and feel, you know, whatever they need to feel as a result of that. And we're just bringing balance to that polarity, right? Because these systems of the crystalline networks, you know, the gridding systems that are involving the trees, the plant network, the fungal kingdom, the crystals, all the various crystals and the crystal beds, the magnetic lines, you know, we speak of the rainbow serpent lines, and even the water networks too, the plasma water networks. All of that is a communication link that we are all connected to. These higher dimensional realities and these planes of existence that we are anchoring are all tapped into cosmic consciousness, right? And cosmic consciousness is that we are connected to the universal gridding systems, and that means that we are then connected to everyone that's connected to those systems and those grids. So telepathy is normal. It's normal. It's a normal part of the process. We just have to remain respectful and peaceful while we're going through that. But I've gone through this. I've yelled at people telepathically. I've gotten upset at people telepathically. you know, and we're remembering how to purify our communication links with the divine, which is an important part of our systems work, right? So as we're anchoring in the crystalline technology, which is built through our light body, it's built through our light body and through our DNA, and we're having our communications. We also want to make sure that we're purifying our communication links through those systems as well, because there can be a lot of, in some of the realms and some of the spaces, depending upon the work you do, there can be interference and things like that can occur, right? So I'm still learning about this as well. I'm still learning about how to trust the process, to align, and how to rebuild my crystalline networks and to purify everything. And toxic belief systems do have a role and a play in this, especially when it comes to subjugation and interference. Okay, guys? All right, so Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? Ooh. Seeing strength and the Hierophant there. Looking good. Looking good. Empowerment, which is good. So Divine Feminine Collective, what messages want to come through for the Divine Feminine Collective? Oh, I'm hearing Rise Up by Andrew Day, right? So there's the Phoenix. The feminines have been on par. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But the feminine energetics and what we've been encountering has been, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see. Welcoming the masculine. Guys, Ho'oponopono work has been such a big key in my reality with my own partnership. And it's been helping so much. I mean, when you have someone with a pure heart intent that is saying Ho'oponopono and is speaking that prayer to you, and even the feminines that have been doing this for the men that are going through their healing process and are going through their journey, it created the most beautiful transmutation cycle I've ever been through. And it's such a, to be on the receiving end of a pure Ho'oponopono prayer is, it's just the best feeling in the world. It's just the best feeling in the world. It's so gorgeous. And so I just want to say to you guys, the power of prayer, the power of sacred ceremony, the power of using those words of kindness and sending them to the collectives or sending them to people you love, it does make an impact, and it can be felt. It can be felt. So just, you know, with a pure heart's intention, opening up your heart to say a simple prayer, to sing a song to a loved one, can go a long way, especially in the quantum field, right? So just remember that, guys. It goes a long way. And you know, it doesn't have to be a formal. It doesn't have to be a formal prayer. It's just simply a pure heart's intention and a direction of that focus of love or unity or healing to the person that you want to send it to. Okay? So Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? We'll do 4 more shuffles. Swab the deck, purify the deck. Divine Feminines, purify the deck. Come on. Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on? What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? Ooh. Interesting. Competition? Competition in here. Let me listen to this. Interesting. So with this Divine Feminine Collective, part of the reading we have 5 of Wands. Covering it, we have the Hierophant. This feels like a blow through in the collective that's occurring right now with the 5 of Wands. Things might be feeling a little chaotic for the feminine collective that I'm tuning into. Things might be feeling a little chaotic. With the Hierophant, it's about trusting your inner knowing. So it's interesting because This might be competition too. For some feminines, this might feel like a competing for a place in a relationship or competing with one another. It seems like there's some sort of almost like a power struggle, which would make sense. And this is why, is because when we start to step into empowerment and we have multiple people that are stepping into their power, I've seen this happen where there starts to be power tripping and power play. So this feeling is almost like the empowerment right now might be creating some rifts for the feminine collective. With the Hierophant, trust your inner knowing. This almost has a little bit of feeling of whichever feminines I'm tuning into, it's being a little bit more in the head than you are in the heart. It seems like there's a place of stillness and an assurance that's coming through. For another section of this collective, tradition is getting in the way. Okay, there's another version of this story that's coming through right now, which will happen, and I can kind of like see through how it's happening. There's other versions right now of feminines that are wanting to either come into union or find their soul partnership, but tradition is getting in the way, right? So with this is looking at all of what tradition entails, right? And this also might have to do with some people are fighting themselves because of their own traditions, right? So cultural templates, cultural conditioning, essentially. Foundation. Yeah, seven of Cups. This is, to me, very much so speaking of illusion. Fighting your own illusion. No, it feels like it's a little foggy in the feminine collective I'm tuning into. That things are a little foggy right now for what's real, what's not. This is also dream work again too. Either way, it seems like right now peace needs to be called in for this feminine collective, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of clarity. It just seems it's very foggy and a little wishy-washy in whatever feminine collective this is. Message from other dimensional versions. Release attachment, release cords. Release attachment. It's time for you to release attachment to people. People, places, things, ideology. Surrender, because it seems like right now there is an attachment frequency that's coming through to other people. This might be to past partnerships, belief systems, traditions. Once again, especially when it comes to tradition, this might be that familial expectations, right? Like family expects you to have a job a certain way, or is expecting you to have a certain kind of relationship, and as a result, we don't need to be fighting anymore. But it seems like there is some sort of traditional stuff that's coming through with the feminines right now with this. In the past, let's look at the past energies. Past energies was the Empress, so it was the embodiment of the Divine Feminine. It was the energy of the Divine Feminine. It was the embodiment of the universe. Future focus. Interesting. 5 of Cups. Feeling something, feeling some sort of mourning or loss. These cups have spilt over for a reason, and I feel like it's interesting because at the foundation, since we are looking at the 7 of Cups, it feels like 3 of the cups that spilt are 3 of these choices. So what this is this is almost like a vow to be able to surrender that which no longer serves you, so you can come into a place of dissolving everything that you need to dissolve from this, because this is quite chaotic. Like coming into a place of like a lot of stillness and peace, this is quite chaotic for the feminines. But it would make sense with the feminine empowerment, right? Because like the other thing was, as we were seeing the goddess warrior archetype show up, which showed up yesterday for me, like it was like, hey, by the way, the warrior goddess is here and they're gonna help you with this stuff, right? Is that the feminine right now, yeah. Feminines are losing control right now. Losing control. And as a result, that brings up a lot of stuff, which means that now choices, decisions, things that you were aligned with will no longer align with, right? It might feel like there's discord and things that are going on, but I want to say to you, to the feminines, We're here for you. We honor you. And that you can surrender the control now. You can surrender it. Basa kuntuka niya pa manine tamo makuan. Niniti ito ka na main na iba no mamamako niya takikikikwe na ko kayo. Huh? Mashiach ko na kayo ta. Alright, any other messages for the feminines? The lovers, focus on your love, guys. Focus on love. Focus on your love. Focus on that soul family. What brings you love right now? Because the stuff that's going on, it's this frequency that's going to be palpable enough to be able to shift out all of the energetic architecture that is getting in the way right now. Focus on your self-love. Focus on your renewal. Focus on your own internal union. Let go of the let go of the attachment to people, the attachment to sex, the attachment to abuse. Come back into a place of self-love. Come back to a place of self-love. There's a healthy and purified way to dissolve all the judgment regarding this stuff, but it's just what I'm hearing right now. Is it's time to focus on your self-love and to come back into reunion with yourself. So when you come into reunion with yourself, you're going to have a deeper appreciation of who you are and where you stand on your journey as well. Okay. So a part of this is it's almost like reclaiming all of you to be here, and to settle into the place of peace, and to not play in the discord. You don't have to play in the discord. You don't have to play in the discord. Yep. Mama's coming out. Mama's coming out to help. Mama's coming out to help. Yeah. It's really about reviewing your own creations. This is, I feel like once again there's a lot of mental chatter going on with this feminine collective. It's about coming back into the heart. It's about coming back into the heart. But being still with yourself. There's also something with the Page of Pentacles that wants to state almost like witness yourself as the miracle again. It's like time to really take a moment to pause and to reflect and to review this star of yours, this pentacle. What does this pentacle mean to you? What does this pentacle mean to you? Okay. We'll do one more card for the feminines. It's a time of healing. It's a time of renewal. Okay, it's a time of balance. So allow the waters of the divine to hold you right now through this journey of self-love. Come back in that place of self-love. Offer yourself the light right now. Offer yourself the light. And feel what you got to feel, because there is some, since we are looking at the discord, we're looking at things kind of being chaotic, and especially with the level of feminine empowerment, their power struggle can start to come up. Feel what you got to feel, but know that the one thing that's standing the sands of time, Two of Cups, it's the love. It's love. It's the balanced love. It's the balance of the masculine and feminine. The Two of Cups has the masculine and feminine in balance, being reciprocal with one another, right? So all of these old creations that have fallen, it's that which is not pure shall crumble. Right? But know that love will win here. Love will win. Love is already won. Love is already won. We're just going through the process of dissolving whatever these old things are. It's also going to be important to support yourself, guys. Support yourself. Find a way to support yourself. Support your body. Support your living space. Support your living arrangements. This is an interesting one. Support your living arrangements. So if you are in a current living situation and things might feel unhappy at home, or there's not clarity, or there's discord, do what you can to dust out the space, clear out the room, okay? And just come back to a place of peace and neutrality in your own life. Try to do what you can with those positive affirmations to rebuild what that self-love is for you, especially as you're coming into your empowerment. There's a lot of, when it comes to feminine empowerment, it can be a process for the feminine energetic and the architecture to come into its empowerment fully. I understand this in my own way, being in a male body, but having a lot of feminine principality within me, and a lot of warrior goddess and a lot of goddess energy within me to stand in my empowerment is a very interesting process, and it's new. And as a result, it can create conflict. It can create things, right? It's about bringing these polarities into balance. I want to remind you that as you're stepping into your empowerment, if you're facing the distortion of power, it's a part of the process. What you're doing is you're purifying your energetic, you're purifying your solar plexus, you're purifying your power, so the power struggle stops and divine empowerment steps forward through. Okay? Divine empowerment steps forward through. And we'll keep it very simple there for the feminines. So feminines, oh gosh, I feel for you. I feel for you and I see you. But Mama Bear's here and Mama Bear's gonna keep you cozy. Mama Bear got you. Right? And I feel like the women in this collective need some love right now. Right? Whew. So how's everyone doing in the chat? Anyone still here? Hi that way. Hi Naomi, hi everyone. So yeah, lots of things to move through, evidently, but it's okay. You know, it's getting easier and easier and easier, and as we are uptaking our light quotient and renewing our life force energy, things will get easier to balance and to stay within peace. Make sure to connect with Gaia. Connect with Gaia as much as possible. Get out there, get on the land, get your root chakra in the dirt, and anchor, anchor, anchor. Just anchor. And have fun. Have fun. Do what you can to have fun. Focus on self-love, self-nurture. Create whatever that routine is for you that's healthy and keeps you into balance and keeps you loving, keeps you gentle, keeps you kind, right? Do what you can. Do what you can. And you know, this too shall pass, guys. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. You know, I will have to say, the solar keys, the solar gates that are unlocking are beautiful right now. If you have access to sunshine, soak it in, man. Soak it in. The solar keys are just unlocking a lot. We have a lot of, you know, once again, we have the builder codes show up. I can already feel that it's, as I'm talking about the sun, it's flaring in my face and getting brighter and brighter. And we're just playing with the crystal star today. So thank you to Pachamama, to Tara. Thank you to Solaris. Thank you for being a witness of this journey. Thank you for being a part of this planetary ascension cycle. Let's go grab a snack, have a waffle, get a hot pocket, get some dumplings, whatever it is. Go scour the fridge and go eat good tonight. We're gonna go snack good and go love up on ourselves. I think the feminine needs some love, so we're gonna go tend to that. So guys, thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you want to book a session, links will be down in the description box. We do have some aquamarines coming through, so if you feel the aqua fire, you see the aqua ray come through, that's just Mama coming in and giving you some love and attention, right? So thank you to the aquas, to the aquamarines out there. And yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and seal this space, close out this sacred ceremony. Once again, I want to thank you all for being here. I love you, I honor you, I bless you. Hunute nuka nushikete pea kontoro katsatira katara nu urush kuntukuno maria takatiri ukunomare kiama. Nibite no runo shiketiaro konta ni makiki kwan quenting kwan kwanalu mukone kikiara kwante rush nambian Sunday akin. Donehara na totoka nakaya we do ruru kutukutukutukima tia tutokwaya napa. Alright? Love you guys. Have a good one, and I will see you guys sometime soon.